Welcome to another episode of Relics Radio. This is a family-friendly show, so the entire family can join us as we talk metal detecting, relic, and treasure hunting. You can also call into the show at 270-495-0315 or join in the chat and post any comments or questions you might have. Relics Radio is also now syndicated on the Cutting Edge Radio Network and is broadcast around the world. You're listening to Relics Radio of Southern Kentucky and Middle Tennessee.
And you are listening to Relics Radio again right here on Spreaker, and we want to welcome all of our live listeners that are on the Spreaker app, and also all of our syndicated listeners that are picking the show up out of or through Arizona. It goes around the world, but it is the Cutting Edge Radio Network. And if you weren't able to catch the live show and you're on the archive, welcome to you as well, whether you're listening through iHeartRadio, iTunes, Podbean, anywhere, Apple Podcast, anywhere that podcasts are at. That's where we're at because we are the world-famous Relics Radio. And I am your host, Digging with Seven.
And I am your co-host, Tennessee Jeff. Seven, you sounding pretty rough today, buddy.
Yeah, I'm about voiced out, I'll just tell you, Jeff.
You've been talking for, pretty much all week. You had different speeches and everything you had to do. And
yeah, I've only got, we were counting up there a while before we went on the air and was talking to Jeff Lubbert. I thought I only had 4 more, but I forgot Monday night. So I've got 5 more, and then I can be off Tuesday. But yeah, it's... my voice is a little bit rough, as you can tell, but we'll get through tonight. We sure will. We got one of our guests on. We'll wait to bring him in just a moment, but got a few things that we need to talk about. But anyway, we're going to have a good show tonight. And, before we get started, I got a package, probably came in a couple of days ago, but Jerry and Lisa Burball made all 3 of us a Relics Radio coffee cup, mug thing with the Relics Radio logo. Was that not nice or what?
Man, that was very nice, and I really appreciate that. Was, one of the top gifts that I've been given, and it's a beautiful mug, and of course, when I got the package in the mail, I thought, well, Mark sent it, and I was like, well, thanks, Mark, and everything. He's like, no, I didn't do this. He said, Jerry done it, and his wife. And then, of course, I was like, well, I still have to get on Facebook and thank them. But man, there was some great mugs, weren't they?
Yeah, they were. And also, Rick Ward sent us a signed copy of the magazine that he was on the cover of the air rifle thing, and he signed that personally to us. And so I tell you what, we're just awful blessed to be around such company. There's no doubt about it. And just wanted to give a shout out to all of those folks for doing that for us. Shouldn't have done that, but glad you did, ain't we?
Oh, we sure are. Like I said, it's a beautiful mug, and I'm sure you guys are going to see some pictures of them here pretty soon. Mark Hoover said he's going to post some pictures of them, and then of course I'd got mine before you, and of course I thanked Mark for the package, and then I didn't want to. I knew you had one coming too, and I didn't want to spoil it for you, and then I didn't want to show you what it was, so I was like, well, I'll just let him get his package itself. And
for those of you that don't know, and Mark told me, Jerry Burball is one of the divers down in Florida that he's a dive master, and he's the one that Mark has been working with, I think, on his recertification, and I know he's dived with him and everything. So thank you, Jerry and Lisa and Rick Ward. You shouldn't have done it, but as we said there, glad that you did. And it's going to be a busy weekend for a lot of folks too, isn't it, Jeff?
It sure is, and I know Pound the Ground's coming up, and I was planning on going. Me and Wes Stringer, we were rooming together, and then of course with the stuff with my mother and father going on right now. Of course, my mother's passed, and then my father's not doing very well, and I just I couldn't leave at this time. I couldn't be 16 hours away. So, but I sure wish I was there, and I mean, there's going to be some great finds found at Pound the Ground. I'm pretty sure. Even, I mean, not just a seeded hunt with gold coins and nuggets, and I think it was I can't remember how many thousands of dollars worth of coins that they seeded in this. I think a 30-acre field. But I mean, somebody's going to find some great stuff, even if it's in the seeded field or just the natural hunt.
And Relics Radio is a major sponsor of Pound the Ground. And in lieu of that, there is a logoed screen that has been made up. It has the Garrett logo, the Pound the Ground logo, the Relic Radio logo, and the Calico metal detector logo on it. And that's going to be at the meet and greet, which is going to be on Friday night from 7 o'clock till 8:30 at the American Legion Post 20 in Plattsburgh, New York. And the Garrett personalities, at least some of the Garrett personalities are going to be there. KGN Ringy, Jocelyn's going to be there. I know that Gypsy's going to be there, and maybe others. But anyway,
Hoover Boys and Nugget Noggin.
And Nugget Noggin, okay. But anyway, you go up there, and they're going to have that logoed background. They're going to give you a ticket, and then you get a photo made. And then they're going to, courtesy of Calico, they're going to give you one of the Charles Garrett books, The New Successful Coin Hunting Guide. And then when you get that picture made, you come back after Pound the Ground and you post it on our Relics Radio Facebook group page. And we're going to have some kind of giveaway. We don't know exactly what we're going to do, but we're going to have some kind of giveaway for that after Pound the Ground. But that ticket will register you for a prize pack at Pound the Ground that I think is going to be given away on Sunday. And Garrett is going to give a metal detector, Gravedigger. You're going to get a Gravedigger shovel from Gravedigger. You're going to get a magnet fishing pack from Brute Magnetics. And then you're going to get a one-of-a-kind diorama from Gary Pinta. Now, wow, that's a great package, ain't it, Jeff?
It really is. I seen the little detector he was giving away, and it's great. And, of course, like you said, you're getting a magnet fishing kit from Brute Magnets, and then the Gravedigger and a Garrett metal detector. That's a great package right there. I mean, it's going to make a lot of people happy. So
probably $1,000 package or more, you know, just for going up there and getting a ticket and getting your picture made and everything, you know. And so we're looking forward to seeing some of those pictures and see who all's going to be there and what have you. And we've got one of our guests on here tonight. One of them is coming in a little bit later. He's eating, and I'll give you two guesses as to who's eating. But anyway, go ahead, Jeff, and bring the one that we've got on.
We've got Jeff Lubbert in the house. How's it going, Jeff?
Doing all right. How about yourself? It's a beautiful day here in Colorado.
Well, it's been a hot day here in Middle Tennessee and Southern Kentucky. How many of the last 5 days have been above 90, 95, 98, and it's very unusual for this time of year. And the ground is hard as a rock, so we hadn't been able to get out too much. But
now, y'all got a bunch of snow, didn't you, around Denver, Jeff?
Well, no snow in Denver itself. There was a little bit of snow up in the mountains. Nothing too much measurable. I think it's already pretty much all gone. Most of the heavy snow is actually north of town, up around the Wyoming border kind of area, and then north of there. So
okay, I knew somewhere in Colorado that they had got a major snowstorm. I
know my sister-in-law. She's in town now, and she lives in Montana. And then it was in Montana. They got 5 feet of snow, and it crippled the town for a little bit. This early in the year, 5 feet of snow—that's a lot of snow.
Oh yeah.
For this time of year, that's a heck of a lot of snow. I can't imagine that being the first snowstorm of the year, and you're getting 5 feet. That's ridiculous.
And they look what they've got to look forward to. I mean, the rest of the winter, and it's just going to pile up more snow.
And you don't ever know. People say that, but it may all come real quick and a whole lot, and then be a mild winter. You just never know.
Right?
Everybody's always trying to be a weather forecaster, and the people that get paid to do it get it right about 50-50. So,
hey, we could do that job, couldn't we, Seth?
Yeah, anybody could do that job. Just, just say there's a chance of rain, but there's a chance it ain't, and that's about the thing, or a chance of snow, or a chance that it's not going to snow. But I don't think it's going to snow here tonight. Like Jeff said, we've been 5 or 6 days, 95 plus. We're actually hotter than it is in Phoenix, Arizona, in southern Kentucky and middle Tennessee right now, and that's unbelievable.
Yeah, I was just in Phoenix a month and a half ago or so, and it was brutally hot down there. So I think the high of that temperature when I was down there was only like 105, but it was the coolest it had been in a few days. So
yeah. And for those of you that don't know, I don't know if maybe you've been under a rock or something other, Jeff Lubbert is with American Digger Magazine's Relic Roundup. He's one of my cohorts over there on Monday night, and you've been over there for a long time, haven't you, Jeff?
Yeah, I think I've actually been on the staff with American Digger Magazine's Relic Roundup since late 2009. So been on there a while.
How have you put up with Butch that long?
Only do it once a week. That's how.
And we've got Anita to kind of referee and keep things kind of straight, too, as well. And Butch will be on in a little bit. He sent a message a while ago. He's eating. Well, I say he'll be on. He may be on the last 10 minutes of the show. You don't ever know, do you?
Well, it depends on if he's getting dessert or not. The man does like his dessert, just saying.
Yeah. Go ahead.
How long have you and Jeff, Jeff, how long have you and Butch known each other? And how did y'all meet?
Oh, goodness sakes. I've actually been a subscriber of American Digger Magazine since Volume 1, Issue 1. And in that magazine, they used to do the one monthly article or series of articles anyway, it was called On the Road. And they would go out to different states and send someone out and, go to each state and try to get some detecting done. Well, I threw the invite out, about a year and a half or so before putting the invite out to them to, hey, come out to Colorado. Well, they sent John Velke out in 2010 and then did an article on it. And we actually found at that point in time, a cavalry camp that had not been discovered yet. And we came away with lots of bullets and lots of casings and cavalry insignia, a coin, Indian head. We got, canteen pieces and just literally just hundreds of items. And it was, the best on the road they had at that point in time for years, until they recently did one with the snake buckles. That was become probably the premiere of the On the Road series. And then about that time, as I was listening to American Digger Magazine's Relic Roundup, when it first started, and they went for about 6 months maybe, and one of the gentlemen started that show, Anderson. I'm having a brain fart going on his first name, but he decided he wanted to just call it quits for doing the show. He did it for like 6 months. They asked me, they actually put it out there that, hey, does anyone want to join the show as a host? And I threw my name in the ring, even though I'd been on as a guest, because I'd been president of the Metal Detecting Club out here in Denver, and the article and all that came out. And next thing you know, I am on the air in late 2009 as a co-host. So been really, yeah.
That's pretty good. Tell us a little bit about Jeff Lubbert. How did you get started in the hobby, and what intrigued your interest in metal detecting?
I got started in the hobby. I was probably 9 or 10 years old. I ended up getting, I believe it was mononucleosis. So I couldn't go to school because I was highly contagious. And my mother gave me my grandmother's coin collection. And then shortly after that, I was trying to better the collection by, buying a coin here, or buying a coin there, or going through my grandmother's penny poker winnings. And then one of my dad's friends came up to me, and he was mentioning a metal detector, and he found some coins that fit into his collection. I was like, wait a second, you can go out and find coins for free as opposed to buying them? And he's like, oh, absolutely. They found some really great stuff in my hometown. I was like, wow. So within a year, I had a metal detector, and I was out metal detecting it. So I was detecting it, somewhere between 10 and 11 years old, and trying to fill in my coin collection with it. And I tell you what, it caught on to me pretty good. Then it waned away for a few years during college age. But then shortly after that, again, I found a buffalo nickel in change, of all things. And it's re-sparked the coin collecting and big-time metal detecting in me. And ever since then, I've been wild and crazy with metal detecting and getting back to coin collecting a little bit. Nowhere near as much as I put the effort into metal detecting. But since then, right now I've traveled and detected in 22 states, 1 U.S. territory, and 7 foreign countries.
Wow, that's pretty good. So, of course, with you living in Colorado and everything, of course, I know there's a lot of gold in Colorado and stuff. And after this commercial break, won't you talk about if you've ever detected for gold and stuff?
T-shirts are a perfect way to get your brand recognized, whether you're talking about a business, a club, a sports team, your YouTube channel, or whatever. But you may have asked, where can I get quality, affordable shirts on demand? Well, I'm glad you asked. Relics Radio uses DetectTees.com for all of our T-shirts, long sleeve shirts, and hoodies. That's DetectTees.com. Ken and Mark Guthrie make quality shirts that last, they ship quick, and best of all, they're affordable. So if you need customized apparel, then go to DetectTees.com and be sure and tell them that Relics Radio sent you.
And they tell us that cooler weather is on the way. Fall is on the horizon. Well, it's already here, but it just doesn't feel it here in southern Kentucky and middle Tennessee. But you go to Detect Tees and they get you T-shirts, long sleeve T-shirts, the hoodies, even the cooling towels if you're in our part of the country, because we still can use those, can't we, Jeff?
We sure can. Yeah, we sure can right now. And I've used a far at them.
And I'm glad you kind of jumped in there, because I kind of got all into listening to Jeff Lubbert, and I didn't even realize what time it was. So you put me right on cue. I just happened to have a commercial ready to go and punched it whenever you said something other. Hey, Jeff, you're also part of the Ring Finders, aren't you?
Oh, absolutely. I've been a member of the Ring Finders, I think, since 2010 as well. Actually, the gentleman that runs that, he sent me an email inquiring if I could go search for a ring for someone in the Denver metropolitan area, because at that point in time, there was actually no one in Colorado within Ring Finders. I said, sure, I'll go give it a try, and I ended up finding the ring for him. So, success right off the bat, which is good, and I've been a member ever since then as well. In 2011, they actually selected me as Ring Finder of the Year, which I found to be a fairly good. At that point in time, I think there was like 169 members in 19 different countries, so it was quite an honor for me. So.
And I'm sorry, Jeff, I'm watching 4 screens here. I forgot that you said right before the commercial that when we come back, we was going to talk about finding gold. Well, he found some gold, but that wasn't what you were getting at. So go ahead with the follow-up on that deal, too, and then we'll come back to Ring Finders in a minute.
Yeah, Jeff, I mean, do you do any nugget shooting and all that, panning or anything like that in Colorado?
Well, I do have like a very small mini sluice, and I have a few pans. But my one buddy here that runs the one metal detecting shop called Golden Detectors, he's a good friend of mine and hunting partner. He calls me the world's slowest panner. I'm very thorough with it. I'm very, very slow with it. And they can get a pan done in a minute and a half, 2 minutes, whereas it takes me 15 minutes to do a pan. So I'm a really slow, very thorough panner, but I will save whatever gold is in there. I tell you that. And as far as detecting gold, well, Colorado is not really known as a nugget state. There are definitely some decent nuggets that have come out of here. But the majority of gold that you get is the flour gold, that stuff you're going to get while you're panning and sluicing. That being said, though, I have worked some tailing piles and have come away with some really tiny pieces of gold out of it. I've gotten more copper out of the tailings piles than I have gold, and it's kind of neat to see a copper nugget because copper actually is fairly common around the gold mines as well. So
it is. Of course, on our honeymoon, mine and my wife's honeymoon, we went to Leadville, Colorado, and I metal detected some tailing piles there. Didn't find anything, and found a few pieces of lead. And then, of course, they said they called it Leadville for a reason. So, I mean, that was it. So, but it turned off cold.
Yeah, well, you were doing some really good areas, and if you're up around the tailings piles up there. Nowadays, of course, there's a lot more laws going on than when we got started and when we were doing this a long time ago. And with the price of gold nowadays, all those tailings piles now are back in claim. For a lot of years, those tailing piles were not claimed anymore. The claim had lapsed, but in the last, I'd say realistically, the last 7 years, every one of those tailings piles now is under claim again. So definitely got to be watching when you get out there, and ask your permissions when you're looking for that kind of stuff.
Now, if somebody has a claim like that, and you want to hunt maybe one of the tailing piles, or you want to hunt a section of creek or river, can you negotiate a deal with those people that own the claim to do that?
Absolutely. I mean, they have the mineral rights for that particular portion of ground, and they actually pay, a fee to the government to have that claim for a year. They have to mark the boundaries of that claim as well, and they have to be, redo that every year, and they have to show improvement in that claim every year as well to keep that claim legal. But since they have that claim, they have the legal right to, take any minerals off of that, and also to allow you to go in and take minerals off that as well. If, let's say, you pay a fee, I have no idea what a fee would be, $10, $50, I have no idea. But if you paid a fee and you negotiated with the owner, maybe they'll let you just go on it just for fun. Who knows? But that happens, and it happens a lot that, if you have the claim, you can allow people to do, that on there. My buddy owns the metal detecting shop. He actually has a claim on the river coming into Golden, Colorado, and he allows people to go in there and they sign a waiver, a release of liability thing, and then they're free to go and find as much gold as they want on the river there. So, it's free to do. It's just a matter of doing your paperwork, doing your research, finding out who has a claim, where they don't. Because there's portions of the creek there where, no one has a claim, and you can just go in there and pan on your own.
That's right. We stayed at Mount Elbert Lodge, and then, of course, we stayed there for about 5 or 6 days. And, of course, I talked to the guy about panning for gold, and he said, yeah, I have no problem with it at all. And, of course, I mean, at this time, I had no idea about the laws. And then, I mean, of course, after we panned just a little bit and then never did find anything, just playing around, and couldn't find out the laws were a little bit different than I was thinking they were. So it's a good thing I didn't get on somebody that actually had a shotgun or something.
In Colorado, it is still law that if you catch someone on your claim and they're panning for gold or they're out there with a metal detector, you can literally make them leave in just their underwear.
Oh, really?
If they want to take your shoes, your socks, your shirt, your metal detector, your car that you used to get there, they have the sheriff will stand there and say, he wants your shoes. He wants your socks. Oh, and hand over the keys to your car because that's now his as well.
Wow.
My goodness. So if you see anybody walking in their underwear in Colorado, they've claim jumped.
Very strong possibility.
Either that or they have a bad medical problem.
I've actually heard of people being shot at while they're on someone else's claim. So,
Man.
Well, it is the Wild Wild West still in some parts.
I don't know that would be quite legal anymore, but this is, in the last 20 years, I'll say that I've heard of at least 2 people getting shot at because they're on someone's claim. So, gotta watch out what you do.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, you
well,
do.
back to ring finders, buddy. How many do you know? How many rings that you found over the years?
I do not. That's a great question. I keep track of them all now, but at the second and third year, I did not keep track. And ring finding is one of those things where you just. I get no phone calls for like a month, maybe 2 months even. And then next thing you know, you'll get 5 in a week that say, hey, can you come out and find my rings? I lost my rings in the house. My cat swallowed the rings, or, things like that along those lines. You're like, well, can't really do much in your house, but I can scan your dog and your cat for you to see if they swallowed them, because it happens. I've known it to happen. I've never searched a dog or cat and found a ring inside of them, but I have seen and actually heard of some of my friends, detecting a dog or cat and hearing the object, whether it's a ring or a key inside of it. So,
and then the finding
you just
of it,
wait.
Yeah, and then
you get away.
Yeah,
check the litter box.
Yeah, just
exactly.
What if it's a dog though? I mean, you're going to have to follow that dog everywhere.
Exactly. Better leave him in the house for a couple of days or something.
I guess so. Yeah, I got a call. I got a referral this week. Somebody they hadn't lost a ring. They'd lost a cell phone in Barren River Lake in a shallow part. And I got a referral to go and do that. Of course, I told him, I said, man, I'm completely tied up until next week. If you can wait that long, well, I wouldn't mind going and giving it a try. But, I've never done that. Well, I have gone and found one ring. It was a friend. And she had went out the back door and was throwing some stuff out. And she said, I know where I was at. And it didn't take but a moment to find it. But, it's a cool feeling, isn't it, that you can find something for somebody like that.
Well, especially when they think that it's actually gone for good. Because a lot of these people, they think it's gone. And for very good reason, because a lot of times, a lot of people think, oh, this is where I lost my ring, because that's when they noticed it was gone.
Right.
Well, in reality, they may have lost it 2, 3, 4 hours, 2 days before. Who knows? I've probably, realistically, I'm only about 50-50 on my ring searches, because I take each and every one pretty much that calls. I know there are people out there that are very selective on, if they take on a client, I'll say, through the ring finders or not. And it's because I take on most of them that call me, I have a low percentage. But there are a lot of people that say, hey, I know I had it, my ring 2 hours before this, and then all this happened. And then you just kind of go through, the events that occurred from the time they knew they had the ring till they realized it was gone. And then you start eliminating areas that, they went and got the mail. They, took the dog for a quick walk over to the neighbors or something along those lines, and you check those areas first. But goodness sakes, it's tough sometimes, because it is a study of human behavior, because typically most people behave the same. When they're doing things. And that's one of my things I like to do, is I talk with people and watch them walk. I have them usually walk ahead of me while they're talking to me. If they say, oh, I went over here to the neighbor's house, I watch and see if they go to the left side or the right side of the tree that's in their yard, or to the the light pole, because if they do it one time, odds are they probably did it the last time. And that's their pattern, and that's more of your hot area for finding rings. It's hard to do. Some people think, oh, it's easy. You go to their yard and you find the rings. Like, no, it's not that easy. I mean, I have had rings before that I've found that literally, it took me less than 10 seconds to swing a coil, and I found the ring. And I've had others where it took me over 20 hours in their personal yard to find the ring. So it's not that easy.
Hey, guys, we got a couple of callers on the line, but before we bring them on, we need to run a commercial break, and then we'll bring those callers on.
We are very excited to announce that Kellyco Metal Detectors is now the major sponsor of RELICS Radio. Kellyco Metal Detectors has provided customers with the best metal detectors and accessories for over 60 years, and they offer the largest selection and best deals on metal detectors guaranteed. Kellyco Metal Detectors features only the very best of treasure hunting equipment that'll help you find coins, rings, jewelry, and relics both on land and underwater. From gold pans to metal detectors, they carry the hottest selling products on the market. And Kellyco is just a phone call away, before, during, or after the purchase. You can call them at 855-246-2586 or visit the website at www.kellycodetectors.com.
And if you're interested in a metal detector, go to kellyco.com and tell them that Relics Radio sent you. They will fix you up. And we got two callers on the line. I know that you probably got a question for Jeff Lubbert here tonight. I'm not going to call you by name. Just the best looking one start.
Well, that's me then, obviously.
Yeah.
Go ahead, caller.
Yeah, Jeff, I'm a big fan of yours. In fact, I think you're my man crush. But what's your best find?
What do you like? Gold, silver, old, rare?
I don't care. Anything. Just gold. How about gold?
Well, I do have a, let's see, it was an 1852S $2.50 gold piece that I found. There is one of the rings I found through the ring finders. It was well into the 6 digits for someone. That was a really nice gold find. Yeah.
You know who would like to have found that? The ringmaster would have loved to have found that.
He would have.
And Jeff,
yeah, I probably would have found that in less than 20 hours. That's for sure.
and for
how's it going, guys? Are y'all having a good time?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're doing good. We're waiting for you guys to get here. I invited Jeff out for a beer, but I didn't realize you're not going to be here till tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow afternoon is when I get there, so
yeah,
we'll have to have a beer sometime, though.
Well, for those of you that don't know, our two callers are KG and Ringy, and all of you know them, and they are actually at Pound the Ground right now, aren't you?
That is true. We are at Pound the Ground. We're at a place that has, TVs in it right now, sporting events, and, refreshments. So we're enjoying ourselves, getting ready, preparing.
How many people
Yeah, we're ready to see our old buddies. Our old buddies Butch and Jeff and all the guys.
Yeah, well, Butch is supposed to be on here, guys, but he sent us a message a while ago, and he said he was eating. So this show may be over before Butch ever gets on.
Supposedly he's there with you guys somewhere in that neck of the woods.
Is he? I didn't know that. Heck, I should have called him.
Well, good luck. You can't get a hold of him.
Yeah, if he decides to eat dessert, y'all probably won't see him tomorrow. He'll probably still be eating. So.
No. How you doing, though, Jeff? We're looking forward to seeing you, buddy. We missed you.
Yeah, well, it's been a while since we've hung out together. That's for sure. I think the last time was a couple years ago. No, you didn't.
We were at digging in Virginia, and then you started walking at us, and we turned around and walked away from you, just being jokingly, and I think you said something kind of mean to
us. Something about you better be running fast. I don't. Yeah.
It was purely an accident, that just happened just purely by accident.
Yeah. Pure accident, just like you always do. Yep.
Hey guys, we told everybody to start with about the logo screen that is there. Relics Radio is a major sponsor of Pound the Ground this year, along with Garrett and Pound the Ground and Kelly Co. And you guys are going to stand before that screen and have all kind of photos taken with your fans. What do you think about that?
I think that's incredible. I mean, it's nice to be back in the States doing stuff with the American people. We miss hanging out here. We miss going to the events here, but it sounds like this is going to be an incredible event and be some good friends. And, we're looking forward to it.
Are y'all looking towards the natural hunt or the seeded hunt?
I'm actually looking forward to the natural hunt. I love, there's no doubt everybody loves grabbing pocketfuls of silver and everything, but I kind of like the natural hunts because you got a chance for something like a George Washington button or whatever. You know, there's always that opportunity that something incredible will pop out.
Well, I kind of think Tim is looking forward to the seeded hunt because he's not very good at finding natural things.
Are you going to take that, Tim?
Well, you know, I don't know. I just let my record speak for myself, you know.
Well said.
If anybody has been following our pages lately, the last 5 trips to England, I put in a few museum pieces, so I'm not going to let KG get to me, even though he kind of hurt my feelings just now. I'm not going to let anybody know that.
Well, you're in the same room with him. I mean, you can slap him. You've got our permission.
Sometimes I get scared, though, because he punches back harder than I hit him.
Oh, okay. Well, that may not work then. How many people are already there, and do you guys know how many people they are expecting at Pound the Ground this year?
Well, we got, you know, our crew is here right now. The whole Garrett crew almost is here, I believe. I mean, just in the other room, we got Jips and CB and Steve Moore and the whole rest of the Garrett people that showed up. But I know that they've got a capacity at the meet and greet tomorrow of about 250 people, and I think there's 1,000 people signed up already. So, I mean, it's going to be mass chaos, I believe.
Yeah.
But KG and I, we brought as much stuff as we could carry with us, and we got a bunch of goodies to give to people, and we're going to try to get as much stuff out to people as we can. You know, Team ATC gear, all kinds of coins, some new weird things that we have made up that nobody's seen yet. You know, we're gonna make it fun.
Well, that's good. Have you seen Rusty Curry yet? Or is he up there?
No, he's here with us right now. He's just in the other room.
When you talk to him, tell him Tennessee Jeff said, "Hey, I hadn't talked to him in a little bit."
Okay, definitely. We'll tell him.
What about Nugget Noggin?
He's not going to be here this year, I don't believe.
Okay, I've seen him on
Now, Jocelyn's going to be there, isn't she, KG?
Yeah, Jocelyn will be there, yep.
And
Gypsy Jewel and all them.
Yeah. I knew Gypsy was going. I talked
Bo
to her.
is busy. He just got back from Australia, so.
Who is?
Oh,
Yeah, Bo, he's just got back from Australia, so he's not going to make it.
Yeah, I've seen he was down at the World Championships of metal detecting, so.
Yeah, he's still trying to win that, but it probably ain't never going to happen.
Well, it is Bo.
Yeah. Too hard to swing fast underwater.
And Jeff Lubbert, you may have some questions you want to ask them while they're on there, or reminisce, or what have you.
Well, I was just kicking back, thinking about, you know, last time I actually was hanging out and detecting with these guys. I think they're having a hard time finding stuff, so I led them over to a little spot over at DIV where I was finding some bullets. We found some bullets together, so.
Yeah, he did. He really helped us out a lot. I remember him throwing a bunch of bullets in front of me, and then I was really happy after that.
Yeah, he showed me how to turn my machine on, and he's pointing me in one direction. He threw them on. I think they're all surface fine, so because I couldn't hear nothing.
Well, we had to make sure you could find them.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate that. That's why we talk about you every day and how much.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were going to move to Colorado just because you're there.
Yeah, there. Good luck with that one. I don't know if there's any room left in Colorado for new people.
We were hoping we could move in with you,
Have one spare bedroom. That's all I have. You have to, put bunk beds in there or something.
Roomies.
Well, that's all right.
Yeah. So did you guys go out and detect today?
Yeah, we did. We actually got out. We only had 1 hour, but we went out and hunted this little hillside quick, and Gypsy pulled a silver coin out already.
Nice.
Really?
It was a 1910 silver Canadian dime, but I'm probably stealing her thunder now, but nobody knows she's found it yet, but now the whole world does, I guess.
Yeah.
So, too bad, so sad.
Yeah, too bad for her.
If they don't now, by in the morning, they will. So.
And those people that are out there that don't know what Pound the Ground is, this is the largest metal detecting event in actually U.S. history, I believe. But it's actually taking place up in Chazy, New York, which is only, probably about 20, 30 miles from the Canadian border. So it's right up there, which is why you're finding, Canadian silver coin.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Now, if anybody's coming to Pound the Ground, just remember, it is not warm here. It's very cold, so bring some warm clothes.
Yeah, I was going to ask you what the weather is. I heard somebody say that it had been drizzling all day today. Is that correct?
Yep.
Yeah, it was.
The highs are only in the 50s all week.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we started out tonight. The sun was still out a little bit, and I wore my Speedo, but I was kind of wishing I brought a raincoat or something, to cover up once it started drizzling.
I bet. KG, we just had a question. We heard you like ticks.
Oh boy, yeah, them ticks like me. I'm the only guy in the world that can probably get a tick on him while swimming in the ocean. I mean, I get a tick no matter what. I could look at a picture of a tick and I'd have one on me.
No, there's another guy that
Florida.
Yep.
Go ahead.
There's another guy that does that too, and that's Tennessee Jeff. He gets them all the time. I never get them, but he's about the same way as you are, KG.
So they just love us, I guess. Yeah, they just love us.
Right, yeah. They love that sweetness of us,
That's what it is.
Sweet and who's not. Yeah.
And we've got all kind of, Rainey, we got all kind of people in the chat right now. They are saying, did he say Speedo?
I was looking at George here, and I started laughing. It's like nobody even heard that, apparently.
No,
we heard it.
I heard it.
Now that you pictured it mentally, you can't unsee it.
No, that's what I was fixing to say. I couldn't say anything. I was speechless.
I'm getting sick to my stomach. All right. That's like when I call 7 or something. He said, "Well, what are you doing?" I just got out of the shower. Well, don't tell me that.
Hey guys, we've got another call that has come in on the line. All you guys hang on, and we got a couple of minutes before commercial time. But Denny Morrison is on the line. What's going on, Denny?
Hi, Loy and Jeff. I just had to call in because I know KG's there. And KG, I got a question. Are you going to throw those nice little coins you got all over the ground there so they'll be finding them forever the next 50 years?
Well, I think there's probably a few of them that might accidentally fall out of my pocket. So I'm sure there'll be several out there to be found, I'm sure.
I actually found one in a field in Virginia at Brandy Station, or Brandy Rock, that you threw out in the field.
Holy cow! That was a long time ago.
Yeah. I thought, wow, I found a coin out here, and I looked at it and went, this says KG on it. What the heck?
There's a guy in England that does a bunch of stuff, and we threw a bunch out in this field in England, and one of the guys that went on one of his tours found one about a year later, and he thought he had a gold coin. He was having a meltdown, and it was one of our tokens.
Oh, no.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
All right. You guys have a good time up there. I know you will.
All right. Good talking to you.
Yeah.
See you, Denny.
Hey, thanks for the call, Denny. And
you're welcome, Lloyd. Talk to you later. Bye now.
See you, Denny.
I know the Speedo thing got him because he put it in the chat there a while ago. And Tim Henderson said, I thought this was a family-friendly show. Well, it is, but, we do see things every once in a while. We're still waiting on Butch Holcombe to get finished eating and call in. He's going to miss his own commercial because we're going to run it right now.
If you want to keep up with what's going on in the metal detecting world, then you need to be a subscriber to American Digger magazine. Butch and Anita Holcombe are the publishers of the magazine and have won awards for 3 straight years for being the best digger magazine on the market. American Digger magazine is available in both print and digital formats, so no matter where you live in the world, you can enjoy the latest happenings in the hobby. You can get in touch with American Digger magazine by going to americandigger.com or give them a call at 770-362-8671. And be sure and tell them that you heard it on RELICS Radio.
And Butch always wanted to be able to play guitar like I can, and I was going to rub it in right there, and he's not even here. I tell you what, he may be in a little bit, we don't know. Hey, guys, if you're going to Pound the Ground and you're listening to the show right now, the phone lines are open, 270-495-0315. We've got Jeff Lubbert of Relic Roundup here. We've got KG and Ringy with Garrett, so call in with any questions that you might have for them. And go ahead, Jeff Lubbert, it's your show. Be a third host here tonight.
Well, I'm trying to tell you what, but Butch is actually calling my cell phone right now.
Okay, well then you get over there and tell him to call over here then, and I will mute out and I'll be right back. Okay, and I'll let Tennessee Jeff then take over.
All right, KG and Ringy, they're gone right now, right?
No,
no. I knew you guys were eating supper, and I didn't want to interrupt y'all's supper. So, but anyway, so the weather's pretty cool up that way.
Yeah, it's actually really cool. It's probably in the 40s right now. It's supposed to be. It's not supposed to get any higher than 50 degrees all weekend. So, but I think the weather's going to be okay. It's not supposed to rain, I believe. So we should be okay. Just dress warm.
Now, what are you guys? What Garrett machines are you swinging there at Pound the Ground?
We got the AT Max with us here. Yeah, we're going to be running that. I'm not sure what Rusty Kerr and Steve Moore and them are. They'll probably all be running the AT Max, I'm sure.
Yeah, I think Gypsy's using the Max too, isn't she?
I believe so. Yep.
Yeah. Are the Hoover boys there?
I think there's 4 of them coming. I'm not exactly sure which ones, but there will be, I was told, 4 of them there.
Yeah. I thought that they were coming. I hadn't talked to Kurt or Bob or any of them in a little while, a few weeks, but I thought that they were coming. So y'all are well represented then. Garrett is, right?
Oh, heck yeah, for sure.
So Garrett has a lot of people there, so I'm sure there's going to be a Garrett machine to find some good stuff. So it's going to be great.
Oh, yeah, it'll be fun.
And as part of that prize package, they're giving away a Garrett metal detector. Do you have any idea what detector that they're giving, or have you talked to Steve or any of them?
I really don't know what detector they're giving away. I know they're giving one away. I know KG and I brought like an NX5 shovel we're giving away. We're giving away a whole bunch of other stuff too, but yeah, I have no idea what model they're giving away.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it's probably going to be at least an AT Max or at least an AT Pro or something. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a good one though. Yep.
Yeah.
So pretty much any Garrett machine is a pretty good machine. So.
Well,
they've been really well.
I've got 2 of the AT Pros, and I tell you what, I still love them. I mean, I know that there are a lot of machines out there, but I've still got 2 of them, and I still use them. Still use them quite a bit.
You know, the crazy thing is George and I, for a long time, everybody thought we were still using the Pro, and we were using the AT Gold, and we just got hooked on those. And I still carry mine around. Every once in a while, I'll pull it out if I, feel like it or whatever. But that was a pretty cool machine, too.
Yeah.
And we got another caller that has come on the line, Michael Boyles. Welcome to the show, Michael.
Hey, guys. How you doing? Hopefully I'm not too muffled with my half face that's numb.
No, you're good. You're good. You got a question?
Hey, Tim, AKG.
Go ahead.
Hello, buddy.
Hey. While you guys are up there, make sure you try the Utica Club beer.
Utica Club beer. Okay, that sounds good. I'm having a beer right now. I don't even know what it is.
Yeah, I was going to try to get up there to see you guys for this hunt, but ended up not being able to. So I'm stuck down here in Florida. But yeah, I thought you guys. Buddy. I know you guys like your beers, so.
Did you notice how he said
no, we
stuck
don't really.
in Florida? He's stuck in Florida. So
yeah,
he's warm anyway.
Which part of Florida are you in?
I'm right in Orlando.
Okay.
Well, you're right in Mark Hoover's back door, then, ain't you?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
So how do you
be here tomorrow?
Yeah, you guys might remember me, but I was the one that supplied you the beer at the shootout.
Oh yeah, I do, buddy. Yeah, thank you for that. You saved our lives.
Turn that down. Yeah, that's right. That was awesome.
Hey, thanks Okay, thanks for the call, Michael. Yeah. We've got another one coming in here, and I don't know who it is. It's 9993. Who have we got?
What? Is that me?
I guess it is. Who is this?
Long time caller, first time.
Dadgum, you Butch Holcombe. Have
you doing?
Have you been eating this long?
I have. I've been eating roast beef on wick. Nobody knows what that is unless they're in New York, northern New York, western New York. I was just corrected by a native here, Mark Schulzer. All I know is it was food and it was good and it got into my belly.
I tell you what I'm gonna do Monday night, Butch, when our show comes on. I'm gonna come on at 10 minutes till 10. So you just wait on me now. I'll be there eventually.
Till 10. Okay. I won't even be back Tuesday or Monday.
Okay. Well, then I'm gonna
Jeff, it's all on you.
I'll do it. No, I ain't gonna do Jeff that way. I'll do it the next Monday then. And for those of you,
come on, Jeff's a big boy.
For those of you that don't know, I am a producer and a co-host with both Butch Holcombe and Jeff Lubbert on Monday night on Relic Roundup.
Absolutely.
Yep. And we've got another caller in that probably has a question. The last four numbers are 2048. I hope you know your number. Who have we got?
Yeah, this is Bill Hayes.
Hey, Miller.
Mr. Hayes.
Yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow night. I don't get in until 9 o'clock.
Oof. Man. 9 o'clock in the morning or 9 o'clock at night?
No, 9 o'clock at night.
Oh, goodness.
9 p.m.
Oh, that's past my bedtime.
I'll be having an adult beverage about then.
Yeah. We'll just have to make up for it on Saturday and Sunday.
Well, I tell you guys, I'm not sure what the weather is up in Plattsburgh, but here in Buffalo, where I'm at right now, it is really nasty and rainy.
Yes.
It's not nasty, it's just rainy.
That's what
no snow.
That's what Ringy and KG said it'd been drizzling there all day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm going to get thermal shock this week or tomorrow after I get off the plane. It's in the 90s here all week, and then hit that cold. That's going to be a shock.
Yes, it is.
It was in the 90s down in Georgia today, and then I got up here and it's in the 50s. So really comfortable weather, and it's not that bad up here in Buffalo. But we're 6 hours out, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got KG and Ringy on the line. They're up there now having a good time, Butch, and then of course they said it was pretty chilly.
Are they on the line now?
They're
on the line now.
Yeah, we're on the line. Butch.
Yeah.
We're right here. KG and Ringy in the house.
Butchie, baby.
KG, Ringy. My heroes.
Yeah, we're ready for
do
a
you
man
think
hug and a
Plattsburgh
beer.
is ready? I don't think Plattsburgh's ready for the three of us. I just don't know about that. I mean, people are used to you and Ringy and all being together, but when you throw the Butchmeister into the mix, it's just going to get crazy, man.
There's going to be people arrested. It's going to be chaos.
Oh, and no holds barred after that. Yeah.
Especially with the brewery on the Hunt site. That's going to be interesting. I seen the kegs being delivered.
I saw Ringy with his carry-on luggage or his check luggage at the airport. It was like 4 kegs. So
actually, it was 5 kegs.
Oh, 5. Okay, well. Day one's a carry-on, so you got something to drink, man.
Yep, and a big box of margaritas.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, I just got to tell you
bring
guys
me some
something.
tequila and hold the margarita.
Hey, Butch, I got to tell you guys something here while we're on the line here. We're at a bar restaurant place here, and we came in here. We're trying to do something nice. We call in and everything, and the rest of the Garrett crew's in the other room. And I left my giant cheeseburger thing on my plate there, and everybody's leaving now. And they just walked in with my cheeseburger and has 10, 11 knives and forks stuck into my cheeseburger, all standing on end like candles on a birthday cake. And they just handed it to me and left. So that's the kind of respect I get in this community. To let you people know that, and just that's
when
shameful.
When you diss somebody's cheeseburger, that's wrong.
Yeah.
That crosses
looking forward to having a cheeseburger
that only Steve and the crew could do.
Yeah, it's just rude. It's just very rude of people to do something like that.
It is. That sounds like something that might happen on an American Digger trip, but we won't talk about that.
It might.
Well, I was thinking it was just a darn good thing they actually gave you the cheeseburger back instead of a plate full of crumbs.
That. I mean,
yeah.
If I had been there would be no return of the cheeseburger.
Butch, what crossed my mind was staying in a motel when there wasn't no hot water.
Oh, you've heard that tale, have you?
Yeah, somebody...
Mr. Patel told me, yes, sir, we turned the hot water off just for you. Oh, I was very angry.
Yeah,
That's a long story. We'll have to tell that one night on the show.
Yeah, they was people calling the room, so you need to get down here to the front desk, and you need to get down here now. Butch is fixing to be in jail.
And let's face it, I've been pretty for jail.
Yeah. Hey, Butch, are you looking forward to this Pound the Ground thing?
Oh, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Mark Schulzer from the FMDAC and also our columnist from American Digger. We'll be leaving tomorrow morning from Buffalo, and we're thinking about a 6-hour drive, and we're going to get there and set up all the table and all, and yes, I am absolutely looking forward to it. And, this is going to be the most people from American Digger all officially all together that I think we've ever had. We're going to have Mark and myself and Jeff and Pete Chattel, one of our columnists, and Riley Bright, who's our videographer, and Allison Cohen, who is one of our new staff members, and I don't know if we're going to have more or not, but we're going to have a crew of them.
Yeah. KG and Ringy are your biggest fans, so just put us, we're part of the American Digger crew.
That's right. Yes, you are. Have y'all got that American Digger tattoo yet that I asked about?
I do, but
I got my KG and Ringy tattoo, but I'm not going to show. It's not where you can see.
Well, I'm going to tell you something, Butch. While you were eating a while ago, Tim was telling us that he's wearing a Speedo. So if he's got a tattoo, you're going to be able to see it no matter where it's at.
Oh no, I can't.
Now,
I know
on that one.
Be in the pictorial.
Just put him behind the sign.
I hope it's Jimbo so you don't scare the animals.
You know, when it gets more chilly out, I usually upgrade from the Speedo to my Borat suit.
There you go.
I tell you.
Oh well, you know it's going to be a little chilly, so I'm debating whether I want to wear a shirt or not. So.
I'll tell you what, Butch. All you had to do, Butch, was just call in, and this show went downhill really fast. I'll tell you.
I know it. I told you it would. I can hear the listeners tuning out for every word I say. I mean, I hope everybody put their kids to bed early. They don't have to listen to this nonsense. But you know, hey, that's life in the fast lane, boys.
Well, I tell you what,
That's right.
You guys have a great time up there this weekend. And,
we will.
Represent everybody well. Garrett, American Digger Magazine, Pound the Ground, Relics Radio is represented there. Calico is represented there. And Jeff, throw a plug out for your outfit as well there.
Well, I will be there. You know, there's going to be actually 6 members of the Eureka Treasure Hunters Club there as well, including myself. And you know what? I am actually a salesman for Treasure Mountain detectors as well. So, I mean, I'll be representing all kinds of things.
Yeah. And representing ring finders and everything. I mean, you're a busy man
Absolutely.
as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And we appreciate KG and Ringy calling in. Don't litter the ground too much up there, KG, with all those tokens.
Yeah, we might.
Oh Lord, I forgot about them. I know what I'm going to be digging.
Yeah, but you'll be digging a bunch of them. I've already heard. He's going to be right in front of you dropping them.
Now. He's going to watch for me coming and plant those tokens.
Yeah. That is his plan. There's no doubt about it. But
well, it's going to be a good time. Everybody's going up their nose, and if y'all aren't going to be there, you're going to miss some fun.
Yeah, sure are, because it sounds like it's just going to be a great a great outing and everything. And the bad part about it is I'm associated with, and I don't know who's got their radio on or a computer or whatever, but we're getting feedback on everything. But I'm with American Digger Magazine, and I'm also with Relics Radio, and I'm the only one out of either crew that's not going to be there, it looks like.
I'm sorry about that, Lloyd. I wasn't sure you wanted to be in amongst this madness.
I couldn't have come anyway. I had invites to go, and I just couldn't make it now.
Yeah,
well, Lloyd, in the morning,
you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah,
we can hop on the Relics Radio Learjet and just head up that way.
Yeah, or the helicopter, either one.
You could have borrowed the keys to the American Digger
jet
automobile.
Yeah, the family.
Not a jet unless you drive it that way.
Yeah, the family truckster. Yeah, I remember that from
family truckster. The Digger mobile is still up and about.
Yeah. Hey, KG and Ringy, thanks for coming on and taking time out tonight. And Ringy, we owe you a big cheeseburger.
Yeah, you owe me a cheeseburger, and I forgot to tell you that they put a bunch of knives and forks in like 3 or 4 of my beers, so you owe me a bunch of beers too.
That's even worse than the hamburger. Wait. Tell me who it was.
Yeah, they did something to George's beer too. Yeah, KG.
Well, it wasn't a pitcher, not just a beer. It was a pitcher, right?
Yeah, it was a pitcher of beer.
Yeah. No, it was keg. They put knives and forks all over the keg.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey guys, our time is up tonight, but thank you, KG and Ringy, for calling in. Thank you, Butch, for skipping your dessert and calling in. And Jeff Lubbert, you have took the show tonight. You've carried most of the show yourself. And,
I try to do what I can.
Yeah,
great job.
He does.
Yeah. So go ahead, Tennessee Jeff, and you say your piece, and then I'll close the show out tonight.
And of course, we started this podcast almost 3 years ago, and of course, now here we are, one of the big sponsors of Pound the Ground. What do you think about that, Seven?
Yeah,
one of the biggest hunts in America, if not the biggest hunt.
It's the Woodstock of metal detecting, is what it is, and it's in New York.
Wow.
Yep. You remember Woodstock, don't you, Butch? That's been a few years ago.
I don't remember. Some people say I was there. Some people say I wasn't. I don't remember, boys.
But anyway, thanks to everyone. You got anything else, Tennessee Jeff?
Well, just thanks for everybody in the chat, and hope everybody has a good time at Pound the Ground. Wish I could have been there, but couldn't be there. So everybody, I hope you find a lot of War of 1812 relics and Revolutionary War relics, and maybe a gold coin or two.
Yep. And
maybe some tokens from
some KGs.
KG and Ringy. I'll save you some.
Okay. Yeah, y'all send me one of them. I want one of those put in my case here sometime. Okay?
All right. We'll send you something special. Remind us, Jeff, and we'll get him something.
Okay. Yeah, just give it to Mark Hoover. Right. Mark Hoover's going to be up there, so send it with him. I'll see him fairly soon. So all you guys have a great time, and everybody that's going to be at Pound the Ground, best of luck to all of you. And by the way, go and get your ticket and get your photo made before the logoed screen with Garrett, Pound the Ground, Relics Radio, and Kelly Co. Meet all the people there, get your picture made, and then when you get back home, you make sure that you put that on the Relics Radio Facebook group page. We're going to have another contest a little bit later, and we'll tell you more about that. And me and Tennessee Jeff will be back next Thursday night right here on Relics Radio at 8 o'clock Eastern.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight on Relics Radio. We really do appreciate it. Be sure and join us live every Thursday night at 8 o'clock Eastern here on Spreaker, or you can catch the archive show at Relics Radio on Spreaker, iHeartRadio, iTunes, and many other podcast outlets. Relics Radio is also syndicated on the Cutting Edge Radio Network and is broadcast around the world. Please take a minute and hit the like button, and be sure and follow us so you'll get notifications of all of our upcoming broadcasts. You can also find us on YouTube at Diggin' with Seven or Tennessee Jeff, or you can check us out on our Relics Radio Facebook group page or Adventures in History on Facebook. If you'd like to get in touch with us, then send an email to relicsradio@outlook.com. We'd love to hear from you. We hope that you'll join us next Thursday night, and until then, get out there and dig some history.